The big game is on. The big game is on. The big game is on. Manchester United playing away at the Allianz Arena. And in the history of the Champions League, we're never going to hate to register a win from Allianz Arena. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's a very huge day for us onto this channel. This is the United Matters channel, and let's obviously take it on to bring you the latest news and information as far as the club of Manchester United is concerned. In the next 32 minutes, the game will be on. Man United taking on Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena, and hope you guys are really going to love the show and obviously be ready to obviously watch this beautiful game of football. And then when the game is done, obviously you know how we do it. We come here and tell you what the game of football was all about. Oscar Okeo is or has been waiting, and finally I've gone ahead to arrive, obviously take you through this beautiful game of football and the analysis on how I think this game of football is going to fare out down in Munich, with Erik ten Hag surprising us, getting in Facundo Pellistri into the starting 11. Are we going to obviously find ourselves in a position of obviously not really bottling it down in Germany? All that and more into the comment section below. You can as well also go and really vote or put up your vote into the live section. There is a poll that I'm gonna hate to put there. Who do you think is going to win? Is it a draw? Is it a loss for Manchester United? You go in and do the needful. Promise Andrew Leby. Good evening, David. Good evening, Promise. Adepare Opeyemi. Good evening, David. Good evening, my brother. How is Dubai and how is the going that side? Now, let's start it off with the lineup of Man United. I know most of you have already gotten to know who Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to bring in, but Facundo Pellistri has gone ahead to start for the club of Manchester United. And now, Onana, Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, Marcus Rashford, Rasmus Højlund, Eriksson, Sergio Reguilon, Casemiro, Dalot, Pellistri. That is the starting 11 of Manchester United. The substitutes include Beindir, Heaton, Vitek, Evans, Gore, Hannibal, McTominay, Foson, Garnacho, and Anton Martial. When you look at that bench, we are really lacking quality when it comes to the defense. And this is where I ask myself, why doesn't Erik ten Hag try out Scott McTominay in some of the defensive positions of the club of Manchester United? Then let's go to the starting 11 of Bayern Munich. They're having Orich in goal. They're having Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, Kimmich, Gnabry, Goretzka, Kane, Leroy Sen, Davis, Leyma, and Musiala. That is the starting 11 of Bayern Munich. Their subs include Paredes, Delite, Coleman, Choupo-Moting, Sarr, Muller, Tell, Mazrui, Skamit, and Zig. That is the bench of Bayern Munich as they jet into this beautiful fixture, taking on the club of Manchester United. That it's really a hard one to see to it that if you're a United fan, you can predict a win, because it's really hard for us to predict a win. I'm afraid a little bit for this game, but nothing is impossible in the game of football. But it should be really one of those miraculous miracles that we'll ever see happening in the club of Manchester United. I'm having John Manda. Good evening, bro. We are going to play this game to our best. I hope we win. Now, let's go to the system that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to deploy to take on the side of Bayern Munich. Let's start it up with this. All right. There you go. So, Andre Onana is in goal. That is it. And he needs to do the needful to see to it that really gets us to the levels we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. Then Dalot is going to play as the right back. That is it. Sergio Reguilon, left back. Lisandro Martinez, left-sided centre back. Varane on the right. Victor Lindelof on the right side of the central defense. Eriksson and Casemiro in the double pivot. Pellistri played as a right attacking midfielder. Bruno Fernandes, central attacking midfielder. Rashford, left attacking midfielder, meaning that he's going to obviously face Konrad Laimer, who is being played as a right back. Rasmus Højlund facing Kim Min-jae into that central defense of Bayern Munich. All I want to let you know is that Bayern doesn't have a very good central defense. However much our central defense is not going to have to go back to the defense that it was last season, but even Bayern are suspect when it comes to conceding goals. That is it. So Afonso Alves is going to face Facundo Pellistri. That is it. And Facundo Pellistri is obviously going to have to help Dalot a lot, because Serge Gnabry is obviously going to be facing Diego Dalot, and Leroy Sane is obviously going to be facing Sergio Roglan, and you expect Marcus Rashford to come and really give support to Sergio Roglan by obviously dropping back. That is it. We expect for Facundo Pellistri, that is a given for him. He knows what to do. He does it every day and night. Eriksen and Casemiro, they have to really checkmate that midfield of Bayern Munich that has Musiala. I've seen Kimmich in there for you, and Goretzka. They're obviously going to play into that position, so they need to obviously block everything and obviously see that it doesn't obviously come to the levels as the plan of Thomas Tuchel is. Thomas Tuchel is not all that a very fearful manager, and I think I'm not afraid of him. That's what I can say. That's what I can say when it comes to tactics and so on and so forth. But you should just get afraid because of the qualities of the players of Bayern Munich that they really have as a team. So this is Bayern Munich. This is Konrad Laimer. Konrad Laimer, right back. Konrad Laimer is going to be facing Marcus Rashford. That's one of the battles that we are yet to see. Afonso Alves is going to be facing Facundo Pellistri and Diego Dalot. I think that's obviously going to be one of the good battles, because Facundo Pellistri is a player with a low center of gravity, but he is really great when it comes to taking off players, and he has a very good quick decision making. He's fast, and God has gone ahead to give him a chance to showcase his goodies. Then Upamecano on the right side of the central defense, and Kim Min-jae teaming up to stop Rasmus Højlund for Man United to obviously come close to them. Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka in the double pivot. All these are proven central midfielders, and it shows you that with Goretzka, obviously you have another physical body into this. But to me, the main man I fear is this Musiala boy. Musiala is something different. If you've not watched him play, keep a keen eye onto him today. Musiala is something else. Musiala is a better, to me, in his age, he's one of the best players in the world. And he plays in a position that really allows him to really showcase his full talent, you know. The one thing is lacking in his game, he needs to add in goals, because nowadays what makes you what you are goals. If you cannot obviously score those goals, how brilliant you are, you're not obviously going to become one of the best players in the world. Look at David Silva. To me, I believe at a point X, David Silva was the most important player at Man City. But did he ever win the Premier League Player of the Year award? All Players Player of the Year award? No way. Because the Kun Agueros could score goals. You know? That is it. So, Leroy Sane, obviously facing Sergio Roglan, is going to be a very huge battle for us to watch, and that's why I'm going to highlight you that Rashford has to track back every time he's being told to do the needful. Serge Gnabry facing Diego Dalot. For Diego Dalot, I'm 100% sure that he can really kill off the game of Serge Gnabry. You know, he covered Mitoma. He went ahead to pocket Bukayo Saka. He does it on a daily, and this is a player that will give you what we call exact happiness that you really expect from your team of Manchester United. Then Harry Kane, obviously he's a world-class striker, world-class number 9. He has the experience, and this is the team he comes into to obviously give us the best that he deserves as a player, because he believes he can obviously offer better and better beyond what he offered to the Tottenham Hotspur guys. And Lisandro Martinez and Lindelof know him very well. They played against him before. He has scored against us before. and he has always gone ahead to obviously meet us sometimes, especially at Tottenham Hotspur. Even last season, the game was 2-1, and he scored the equalizer. I remember that very well. I remember it like yesterday. So we should keep a very keen eye onto Harry Kane. What we have to do is simple. We have to obviously maintain the compactness into this midfield. You see, I don't know whether it's going to come out as I want it on the screen. All right, it has come out like that. That's what I really wanted. You look at this side of Manchester United. These players have to be compact. You know, you can let Leroy Sane do his stuff on the wing side, but Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Pellistri, and Rasmus Højlund should keep into the mix, should keep around here, and we should be having compactness, because all the magic happens from here in the midfield. Wing play, the best you can do is to bring in a cross, and if at all you have very many bodies in your 18 yards box area, nothing's going to happen for you. But if at all you really don't have a lot of people into your team, then that is really a very bad way. So we need to know that Joshua Kimmich, Leon Goretzka are good passers of the ball. They can go for the long one. They can go for the line-breaking passes in them. They have a lot to offer, but we need to obviously keep a compactness into this midfield. So Casemiro, this is the time for him to really wake up, because ever since the season started, Casemiro has been chasing shadows and has been a passenger into this game of football. So we need him to be the driver now, to drive that midfield and obviously act to the levels he was signed for, because Champions League is where we set levels. Yesterday, you saw Rodri setting levels and obviously getting himself to where he deserves to be by scoring that goal that put them to where they deserve to be as a team of Man City. So we need to see Casemiro doing the needful. I know the control, we can obviously have it. I can easily predict what you're going to do. We are going to do exactly what we did when you're playing the side of Arsenal. And Onana is going to be so much important into this beautiful game of football. And the beauty of that is that when you look at our back four, right? Our back four this time round has the following players. It's Dalot, very confident on the ball. You know that very well. Then Lindelof, confident on the ball also. Lisandro Martinez confident on the ball, and Sergio Reguilon is also really a press resistant player, meaning that this system is obviously going to be better than how it was at Arsenal, because when you're playing Arsenal, we had one player who couldn't obviously kill it off and really be press resistant. That was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But when you are having this player Dalot, you'll know that he's press resistant. Lindelof is press resistant. Martinez is press resistant, and Sergio Reguilon is press resistant, meaning that we are having these four as press resistant players, and these two are really press resistant players, meaning that that system should work well out against Bayern Munich. But one thing we should obviously look at, it's all about this guy, Joshua Kimmich. We shouldn't obviously commit stupid fouls around our 18 yards box area, because he's a free kick specialist and a dead ball specialist. So all the balls here on the D should obviously not really get rebounds from the likes of Goretzka and Joshua Kimmich. Leroy Sane and Serge Gnabry, I think we can close them down very well, but the problem is Joshua Kimmich and Goretzka. That midfield plus Musiala is something else. It's something else. They can really take us to where we deserve to be, and they can obviously beat us. But if at all we happen to see to it that we get the best out of these players, then things are obviously going to work out well for the club of Manchester United. It's much like button close to 30 times, because we are having 30 people watching in through. Don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's discuss something concerning Facundo Pellistri. Facundo Pellistri, the big deal of the day. And I'm having a certain reporter coming in from Sky Sports talking about Facundo Pellistri. He's known as Lewis Jones. He's saying, when we both woke up this morning, Facundo Pellistri had made as many Champions League appearances as me. That will change at 8 p.m. Erik ten Hag has handed the Uruguayan a colossal opportunity in a game that will have big ramifications. He's only ever started one game for Manchester United. That was last season's 1-0 over Real Betis in the UEFA Europa League last 16. It's hard to really even deem him a fringe player. He rarely gets chances. In total, he's made just 5 substitute appearances in the Premier League. It's a big call from Erik ten Hag. Obviously, with all those facts given to you, I remember in the match preview hitting onto one thing, that Manchester United and its manager Erik ten Hag have a very big point to prove. Are they in for Facundo Pellistri? Because for a player that you told not to go out on loan and you believe you're going to give him enough playing time, and that happens to really come in a moment when you're not having Jadon Sancho and Anthony and you don't want to play him, what does that mean? What does that mean? So it is really very good to see that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to really give him a chance to start this game. And the beauty of all this is it's now in the hands of Facundo Pellistri. Give us the best that you really feel you can give us. After giving us your best, then we will obviously see whether you are ready for the game of Burnley away from home. He has waited for the chance. He has gotten it. Ten Hag has trusted himself with him to do the job, and the grand stage is set for him to obviously do the job for Erik ten Hag. And Erik ten Hag is 100% sure that Facundo Pellistri is ready. We as fans, we've already gone ahead to think that Facundo Pellistri is ready, but it looks like the manager never thought that Facundo Pellistri is ready to obviously go on and showcase his goods at the Champions League stage. Facundo Pellistri, this is your chance, and put in all the effort and play this ball very, very well. I know you are facing one of the best teams in the world, one of the best left backs in the world, that is Alphonso Alves. You know, the most famous person in Canada is what you're facing. But I know you can do better and better and better. Now, we are having a reporter talking about Harry Kane. Sorry, what Harry Kane said ahead of this game was, obviously, over the summer, I know there were some talks between a few clubs in the background, but Bayern Munich were a team I was really interested and excited by. The England captain said ahead of the English next game. And my focus is on here, Manchester United, a great club, right? That's what I'm going to hate to say. And let's wait and see how everything really happens for Manchester United. But it's really a very hard one. You know, from the loss of Brighton, Arsenal, then you fall into the way of Bayern Munich. That really is hard. But if you're a manager like Erik ten Hag, you'd want such games to come in through, because these are games where you prove your worth as a manager of Manchester United, that you are ready to obviously take the club from where it is and obviously lift it and take it to the next level. The players are really ready for the grand stage. I've always said this on several occasions as a United fan, that we've always had opportunities to see to it that we expose such big teams. I remember the day we went and beat PSG by 2-1. You know, Marcus Rashford, Anton Martial, really, and Bruno Fernandes really gave us what we really never expected. When you look at the lineup of Manchester United by then, it was really rusty according to me, and you couldn't compare it to this team that Erik ten Hag is really having. Let me show you that lineup that really went ahead and got a win away at PSG. That was the lineup when we took on PSG. David De Gea was in goal. Luke Shaw, Lindelof, Tuanzebe played as the back three. Then Wan-Bissaka, right winger. Telles, left winger. Fred and Scott McTominay played in the double pivot. Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, and Anton Martial. But look at the team of PSG. The quality they had was really immense. Diallo, Kimpembe, Kurzawa, Pereira, Gueye, Herrera, Di Maria, Mbappe, and Neymar. But guess what happened? We beat this team by 2-1. So I know this is a game where players like Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford have to pull out their experience into the Champions League, and it has to come into play. If you have to obviously come out and shock a team like Bayern Munich at their stadium, they're going to be having the lion's share of the game ball, but we should keep it in mind that that's what they're going to do. But how do we stop them to obviously do the needful? Should we park the bus? Should we play a low block and hit them on the break? Because I know Konrad Laimer is suspect as a right wing, and I know why the man has gone ahead and play Mazrui, because he knows Ten Hag knows Mazrui very well and cannot trust him because he knows his weaknesses, and he can easily tell Marcus Rashford that if I told you to go past Mazrui, you have to be doing ABCD. That's why he has not been started as a right back. But I can tell you, even if it's Konrad Laimer, it's obviously one of the things that are obviously going to come in through and happen onto that side of Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich is obviously going to come in through and take themselves to the next level. So guys, I want to see more of your thoughts into the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this beautiful game of football as we prepare to take on Bayern Munich. Sorry for this. I was really having a certain important message to reply, and let's wait and see how this really pans out. But you guys have gone ahead to go into your live chat and put in certain things, but allow me obviously do this, and I'm obviously gonna come back a moment. I'm returning, guys. I'm sorry guys, I'm back like I never left, but this is how Victor Lindelof really kicked up. I'm sorry guys, I'm back onto the field of play today as they really did their warm-ups at Allianz Arena. What is it like? We are left with how many minutes? 9 minutes to obviously it that United really takes in the grand stage. This is Marcus Rashford, this is Eriksson, this is Alejandro Garnacho doing the needful for the club of Manchester United. Dallo and Lisandro Martinez at Allianz Arena. They know what this is all about. Lisandro Martinez is not new to this. He knows exactly what to do and obviously take this to the next level. So guys, it has been nice talking to you. I'm having Nelson Mwesigwa. It's a matter of gaining confidence in our game. That is it. Then Fab Emma, I'm very sorry for my team, but you are going to lose. I also believe you are losing tonight because Bayern Munich is really a very hard side to beat. Then Nelson Mwesigwa, we have good players. Yeah, they are good, but we've not yet gone ahead to obviously hit the ground running as a team. So it's hard for me to call in for a win for the club of Manchester United. Here I end up the poll. 54% are calling in for United win. I don't see it tonight because you're playing away from home. Bayern Munich is one of the biggest teams of the continent. Bayern 40% win. All right. Draw 5%. Now, let me give you my percentages. Bayern winning 60%. Manchester United winning 10%. Drawing 30%. I think for Manchester United, a draw is even so near for us than a win. If at all we draw today, I'm going to jubilate. That is it. Because Bayern Munich has never lost a game there at their stadium in the Champions League for the last fucking 20 years. Do you know that? And you think that in the stature in which we are, we can go at Allianz Arena and really get a win? I know teams have gone there and really gotten a win in the Bundesliga, but not in the Champions League. You know, everything they said is like they said to win the Champions League every season. That's why you saw to it that Nagelsmann left. This other guy who has been the coach of Germany that was sacked recently was also left because he failed to win the Champions League. So at Germany, at Bayern Munich, the bare minimum is reaching the semi-finals. For that, they can forgive you in the Champions League. And this is the game that really starts, and hope you guys are really ready to return when the game is done. I sign out for now, guys. See you later.